So fall is upon us, whether I like it or not, because I'm a summer girl. But one of the biggest things that I crave when fall approaches is soups and chilies. It's cozy, comforting. It takes that nip out of the air. It's one of the best things that you can do on a cloudy, rainy kind of fall day. And of course, when you're watching that football game, having a pot of chili simmering on the stove in the kitchen is one of the best things ever. Hi, I'm Tara the Foodie, and this is my recipe for Southwestern beef and bean chili. So chili is something that anyone can make. Whether you're a seasoned cook or a beginner, you can make chili. And I've already got a couple of chili recipes on this channel that I will link down below in the description box. A link here. I have one for venison chili. I have one for chicken chili, both delicious. This recipe is going to incorporate a little more spice. It's going to incorporate those Southwestern flavors that I know a lot of us love. So to get started, I'm going to be using the Red Rocker. So as I said, you really should grind your own meat. You just should. And I use my Red Rocker, my KitchenAid mixer, with the meat grinding attachment to do it every time. If you want to grab one for yourself, the links are below for both the mixer and the meat grinding attachment. Now let's get grinding. All right, so when you go to grind meat, you want to take whatever roast that you bought. It could be a big roast or it could be pieces of chuck roast like this. And you want to get a decent amount of marbling in there, fat if you can. This is what was available today at the store, so I grabbed these eye of round pieces of steak, and you're going to feed it down into your meat grinder like that. So you want to kind of cut it into strips like this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this meat into strips, and then we're going to get to grinding. So as I stand here and prep the vegetables for this Southwest beef and bean chili, why don't you take this time to not only click below on the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, because I know a lot of you that come and watch me every week aren't yet subscribed. And just so you know, it is free to subscribe, and it really means a lot to the growth of this channel, and the quality of the content that we can bring you will grow and grow the more subscribers that we get. While you're subscribing, also keep in mind that all of these recipes that I show you on these videos, every single one of them has a recipe on my website, tarathefoodie.com, where you can click and print it out so that you have it right there on the counter next to you, and you can go through and do all of your prep work as well. Now back to prepping. Making chili is one of the easiest recipes that you can make. So it's a great beginner recipe if you're just getting into cooking for yourself. Doesn't matter how old you are, you could just be getting into cooking. And making chili is always a great thing to be able to have in your back pocket for just yourself, or when you have friends over, for a party, for just a regular dinner. And think about chili too, it's very versatile. You can have a pot of chili, you can put it on top of a hot dog, you can pour it over some mac and cheese. Come on, doesn't that sound good right now? I probably have to do a video on that too, but okay.
Time for your second beer, babe. It's a 2-beer recipe.
This is a 2-beer recipe, and this is my second beer. Well, the first one was before the recipe, so, you know. But yeah, one of my viewers left this really cool comment on, I don't remember what video, and he said he likes to measure the length of a recipe by how many beers he's going to drink while he makes it. So I would say that this is a 2-beer recipe. All right, so we're here at the stove, and this is where all the magic happens to make your Southwestern beef and bean chili. So first, you want to turn on your heat to high, basically, because we are going to be searing the meat, and we want to start with some type of oil. I would suggest either using an olive oil, an avocado oil, or what I'm going to use today is a macadamia oil. This is a nice and healthy oil, and I will put some information on the screen on why it is so healthy for you. And I got this from House of Macadamias, who is one of our sponsors. You know, if you want to do something good for your body and have some amazing tasting oil that, you know, makes your recipes even more flavorful, then grab yourself a bottle today. So we're gonna go ahead, and we've got our fire up on high. Our pot is nice and hot now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just like a tablespoon of macadamia nut oil. So I've got a medium-sized onion chopped over here that I'm gonna add to the pot, along with 1 orange pepper or whatever colored bell pepper you have. You could even just use a green bell pepper. And then I have 2 jalapeno peppers, nice and finely chopped as well. And I did remove the ribs and the seeds before I chopped it up. So I'm gonna add those to the pot now. So next I'm gonna grab 4 nice-sized garlic cloves that are already minced up, and then stir it up. And now it's time to add our 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm gonna let this ground beef brown for just a few minutes, and when the pink is almost gone, that is when we're gonna add our spices. All right, so the ground beef is almost browned, so it's time to add our spices. And I went ahead and turned the heat down to medium for right now. We are gonna add 2 tablespoons of chili powder, an extra tablespoon of chipotle chili powder for some southwestern heat. Another southwestern spice is cumin. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of cumin. You always want a little sweetness in your chili to lessen the acidity of your tomatoes. I'm gonna put in 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. And I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. We might need to add more when we taste it later, but we are gonna start with 1 teaspoon of salt and then stir it up. So once you've stirred the spices into your beef, you want to go ahead and add 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. And go ahead and stir that up so it coats all of your spiced beef. Now let's go ahead and add 2 cans of black beans. You're getting a boob shot, aren't you, babe?
I'm getting a boob shot, babe.
Ooh, this is starting to look really good.
Yes, it's starting to look really.
Are you shooting the chili or my chest?
I'm shooting something very delicious.
Okay, so at this point in the chili making process, you've spiced your meat up and you've put in the vegetables and the beans. So now we need our liquid, right? First thing you want to add is a can. This is a 10-ounce can of enchilada sauce, red enchilada sauce.
I like how you show your age when you look at the can.
I had to be able to read it. Yeah, if you're not sure how old I am, watch me try and read something on a can. Add a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes and 2 10-ounce cans of diced tomatoes with green chilies.
I do have to say how delicious this already smells.
Yeah? Now go ahead and stir this up. Oh, this is where all of it comes together. As I am stirring this up, I have turned my heat up to high so that I can bring these ingredients to a boil. Once we start to see this liquid bubble, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat to low so that it can simmer. And once this chili starts to simmer, that is where all the magic happens. Do you hear that? Come closer. It is now simmering, so I have turned the heat down to almost low, just a little above low, and it's still kind of simmering away. At this point, give it a stir every once in a while and let it simmer for, I would say, about a half an hour. If you want it to go longer, go for it. It's already pretty concentrated at this point, but we want to allow those tomatoes to cook down into the chili, release the rest of their flavor, and just let everything kind of meld together. So I will see you back here in a half an hour. And now it is my favorite time of every episode, time to taste. Of course, because I'm about to taste my Southwest beef and bean chili, I have to crack open that third Modelo. So it's a two beer recipe, but the third beer is for time to taste. Let me make sure it tastes okay. It does. And you always know it's my beer because it has the lipstick on it. As you can see, I have garnished this beautiful Southwest beef and bean chili with what I think are essential garnishes. And this is my Southwest beef and bean chili. All right, I got my cold beer, my spoon, and my beautiful bowl of chili. I'm gonna go in and take a taste and get everything in this bite. Of course, you have to. We've got some sour cream, some avocado, some cheese, all those beautiful ingredients. Does that look, oh, we lost a tomato, damn it. Okay, does it look like the perfect bite?
Yes, it does.
It was so good, and it's got that tingle that you want. It does have some heat in it. This is why I'm telling you to put these garnishes on this chili. So if you want just a little bit of heat, it's not a lot, but you know yourself. Take it down to 1 jalapeno, or just use regular chili powder and don't put the chipotle powder in there at all. That will lessen your heat a bit, but I suggest doing it as written. Again, you can go to tarathefoodie.com and find this recipe and then print it out so that you can easily make this at home yourself. This is a delicious Southwest version of your traditional chili, substituting your traditional kidney beans with black beans and adding enchilada sauce and a chipotle chili powder and making sure that there's some jalapeno, some spice, some extra cumin in there to give it that Southwestern flavor. I love this. I think that you'll love it too. And again, I want to just remind you, if you haven't already subscribed, please do me a solid, subscribe. You will be helping me. You will be helping to support this show so that I can continue to bring you delicious content like this. I'm Tara the Foodie, and you will enjoy this Southwest beef and bean chili. And I will see you next time.
Get into it. Get into it. Get it. This video.
It tastes so good. It tastes so good.
Yeah, this video did not have enough dancing in it.
Get some avocado on your spoon. This is really good. This is, past the end of the video. This is like the special credits that you see like after the movie because you stayed.
They're rolling up.
Yeah.
They're rolling up in the screen.
You stayed in the theater because you shouldn't leave.
You might need it.
Because you could see some cool outtakes, or maybe I take my shirt off. You never know.
Nip slip.
You never know.
You never know.